Welcome to Tax Smarts Unlocked, the podcast for individuals and small business owners looking to conquer the tax landscape with confidence. Hosted by seasoned tax professional David Robson of Premier Tax and Business Services, each episode is packed with insightful advice on proactive tax planning to help you navigate the complexities of tax laws. Here's your host, David Robson.
Welcome to Tax Smarts Unlocked. I'm David Robson, your guide to making taxes less scary and more strategic. Today we're mastering tax technology, the practical tools and apps every small business should know. If your books live in a shoebox, if receipts haunt your dreams, or if you've paid a penalty you didn't deserve, this episode is for you. I'll show you how a simple, secure tech stack can streamline bookkeeping, fortify documentation, and unlock year-round tax savings. We'll hit real tools, real workflows, and real results, with just enough humor to keep the caffeine optional. Why does tax tech matter? Because errors are expensive and good data pays dividends. A modern stack reduces manual entry, speeds month-end close, and creates an audit trail that survives busy seasons and memory lapses. Bank feeds and rules capture more deductions in real time, while receipt apps attach source documents you can actually find later. Mileage trackers transform forgotten trips into legitimate write-offs. Automated payroll filings prevent late fees. Most importantly, timely, accurate books enable proactive planning, shifting income or expenses, optimizing retirement contributions, and choosing the right entity at the right time. Here's the core stack I recommend for most small businesses. 1. An accounting platform like QuickBooks Online or Xero. 2. Expense and receipt capture such as Dext, Expensify, or a smart corporate card like Ramp. 3. A mileage app, MileIQ or Everlance. 4. Payroll and contractor payments via Gusto, QuickBooks Payroll or ADP. 5. 1099 and W-9 automation with Track 1099 or Yearly. 6. Sales tax compliance tools like Avalara or TaxJar. 7. Secure document management and e-sign. Layer on time tracking, fixed asset tracking, forecasting dashboards, and simple workflow automation to tie it all together. When choosing an accounting platform, focus on features that protect accuracy and speed. Bank feeds with robust rules reduce coding time and keep you current. Project, class, or location tracking helps you price work, segment margins, and plan taxes by line of business. If you have multiple entities, look for consolidated reporting and tight intercompany controls. Ensure a clean audit trail, who changed what and when, lock prior periods after filing. Support for apps through open APIs is crucial, and don't underestimate user permissions. Role-based access limits mistakes and keeps sensitive data private. Expense and receipt capture is where many clients win big. Tools like Dext or Expensify use OCR to read vendor, date, amount, and even line items, then auto-categorize to your chart of accounts. Snap, approve, and done. No Sunday night shoebox. If you use Ramp, the card prompts employees for receipts and memos, creating audit-ready paper trails. Pair that with a mileage app. MileIQ and Everlance create IRS-compliant logs from your phone's GPS, swipe to classify trips, and your deductions no longer depend on memory. Those logs stand up during examinations far better than calendars. Payroll is a penalty magnet when handled manually. Services like Gusto, QuickBooks Payroll, or ADP automate tax withholdings, filings, and payments at the federal, state, and often local levels. They manage new state registrations when you hire remotely, calculate overtime correctly, and keep up with changing rates. Add contractor payments with digital 1099 prep, so you're not scrambling in January. Sync payroll to your books by class or project, so labor costs land where they belong. Clean payroll data feeds better tax estimates and avoids the stomach-dropping notice that arrives months after a due date. Sales tax gets messy fast. Tools like Avalara and TaxJar monitor Nexus thresholds, map product taxability, and apply marketplace facilitator rules so you collect the right tax in the right states. They also manage exemption certificates and file returns on schedule. On the information reporting side, use Track 1099 or Yearly to collect W-9s before you pay a vendor, run TIN matching to catch errors early, and e-file 1099s by the January deadlines. Penalties stack quickly here. Automation is cheaper than OOPS. Build vendor onboarding that blocks payment until a valid W-9 is on file. Fixed asset tracking prevents costly surprises. Record asset details the day you buy. Cost, date, description, business use, and Section 179 or bonus choices. Good tools generate schedules, project depreciation, and flag mid-quarter convention risks when too much equipment is placed late in the year. With accurate schedules, you can compare Section 179 expensing to bonus and straight-line options, timing write-offs against income for maximum benefit. Don't forget improvements versus repairs. Documentation and invoices matter. Integrated tracking also simplifies disposals so you don't keep depreciating what you sold 2 years ago. E-commerce and inventory are notorious for wrecking books. Integrations like A2X or WebGility summarize sales, fees, refunds, and taxes by channel, then post clean entries that tie to payouts. That means accurate COGS, correct revenue timing, and fewer duplicate deposits from multiple processors. Pair that with an inventory tool that respects SKU costs and landed freight. For service businesses, time tracking and job costing, QuickBooks Time or Harvest, link labor and expenses to projects. You'll price smarter, see profitability by client, and spot opportunities for tax planning such as R&D credits or domestic production deductions. Security isn't optional, it is part of compliance. Use a secure portal such as SmartVault or ShareFile for exchanging tax documents. Never email Social Security numbers or W-9s. E-sign with Adobe Sign or similar to capture legally valid approvals while maintaining an audit trail. Enforce multi-factor authentication across every app. Require device encryption on laptops and phones that touch business data. Store passwords in a manager, not spreadsheets. Limit access by role. And document a written security plan that covers incident response and retention schedules. A strong security posture protects clients, staff, and your deductions. Once your data flows cleanly, dashboards start paying off. Tools like Fathom or Spotlight turn your books into cash flow forecasts, KPI alerts, and quarterly tax projections. Build estimated tax plans using safe harbors, and schedule cash so payments don't surprise you. Then add light automation via Zapier or Make, auto-tag transactions by vendor, nudge staff for missing receipts, and trigger a W-9 request when a new vendor is created. Workflow doesn't replace judgment, but it eliminates busy work, so you and your advisor can spend time on analysis instead of data wrangling. Before you buy, run an evaluation checklist. Integrations. Does it sync natively with your accounting and payroll? Audit trail. Can you see who did what and when? Compliance. Does it support e-filing, TIN matching, or certificate management? Scalability. Will it handle more users, entities, or states? Support. Is help timely and knowledgeable? Total cost. Include per user fees, add-ons, implementation, and the time to run it. Ease of adoption. Can non-accountants use it without fear? Finally, data ownership and exports. If you leave, can you take your history with you cleanly? 2 quick case studies. First, a boutique marketing agency with 3 staff. We turned on bank rules, rolled out Ramp for receipts, and added Mile IQ. In 6 months, they captured an extra $8,000 in deductions from missed receipts and mileage, and eliminated payroll penalties by switching to automated filings. Cash flow stabilized because estimates were based on current books. Second, an e-commerce seller on Amazon and Shopify. A2X mapped channel fees and payouts. TaxJar handled Nexus and filings, and inventory costs flowed correctly to COGS. The result, cleaner books, confident pricing, and room for proactive tax moves. Better data lowers taxes because it gives you time to act. With monthly closes, we can evaluate S-Corp elections, set reasonable compensation, and run accountable plans for reimbursements. We can max retirement contributions before year-end, or defer income strategically. Conversely, poor data creates waste. Common pitfalls include mixing personal and business spend, leaving transactions uncategorized, double-counting revenue from multiple processors, ignoring sales tax nexus, failing to collect W-9s, and not locking prior periods. Each one erodes credibility and deductions. Clean, timely books turn the tax code's rules into options instead of punishments. Implementation doesn't have to be painful. Start with an assessment of gaps and a standardized chart of accounts. Pilot one app at a time, beginning where the ROI is obvious, usually receipt capture or payroll. Document a monthly close checklist covering reconciliations, sales tax, 1099 tracking, and depreciation updates. Schedule quarterly reviews for estimates, KPIs, and security. Call a professional when you hit complexity, multi-state operations, inventory or e-commerce, significant payroll or benefits, R&D credits, S-Corp reasonable compensation, or entity and retirement plan decisions. A good advisor accelerates setup and helps you avoid expensive detours. Quick wins for this week. Turn on bank rules for top vendors, start a mileage app, enable receipt capture for every card, and collect W-9s from unpaid vendors. Lock last month after you reconcile. Then book a planning session with a qualified professional, like Premier Tax and Business Services, to align tools with strategy. To wrap up, we covered why tech matters, the core stack, key features, security, automation, and case studies proving the payoff. Technology enhances compliance and planning, but it isn't tax advice. Your facts drive the outcome. I'm David Robson. Thanks for listening to Tax Smarts Unlocked.
Thank you for joining us on Tax Smarts Unlocked, the ultimate podcast for individuals and small business owners ready to conquer the tax landscape with confidence. Hosted by seasoned tax professional David Robson of Premier Tax and Business Services. Each episode has been carefully crafted to provide you with insightful advice on proactive tax planning. By adopting a smarter tax approach, you can focus on what you do best, growing your wealth and your business. We're here to guide you every step of the way. Don't miss an episode. Subscribe to Tax Smarts Unlocked on your favorite podcast platform and unlock the secrets to confident tax planning. Remember, it's time to take control of your taxes and unleash your full financial potential.